Hello and welcome to the Palmore Institute's video lesson series. My name is Lowell and today we will be looking at the Essential Writing course. So let's begin. In today's lesson we will be focusing on chapter 2. The theme for this chapter is writing about your family and friends. As for the learning goal for this lesson, the learning goal is to prepare to write a paragraph introducing your family or a friend. We will also review vocabulary for describing family relations, such as your mother, father, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, and we'll look at drawing a family tree. Finally, we'll focus on writing titles. So let's take a look at some vocabulary for this lesson. Here we have some words for describing family relations. Take a minute to read the vocabulary and then choose the best answer for the 3 questions. You can pause the video. All right, for number 1, what do you call the father of your father? That would be your grandfather. Number 2, what do you call the daughter of your sister? That would be your niece. Number 3, what do you call your father's sister? That would be your aunt, or British English aunt. Let's take a look at a few more questions, try to remember the vocabulary, and see if you can answer some more similar questions. Number 4, what do you call the husband of your mother's sister? That would be your uncle. Number 5, what do you call the daughter of your aunt or aunt? That would be your cousin. And number 6, what do you call your mother's new husband if she got divorced to your father and remarried? That would be your stepfather. And number 7, what do you call a brother or sister? That would be your sibling. And number 8, what do you call your wife or husband? That would be your spouse. All right, let's take a look at another task related to this. Let's go back to the family word bank and take a moment to match the vocabulary in the word bank to either terms that refer to males or men, or terms that refer to women or females, or terms that can be unisex. They can refer to males or females, men or women. Take a minute to write down your ideas. You can pause the video. All right, let's review your answers. For the terms that could be used for describing male relations, could be brother, father, grandfather, grandson, husband, nephew, son, stepfather, and stepbrother. For terms that refer to female relations, that would be daughter, aunt, granddaughter, grandmother, mother, niece, sister, stepmother, stepsister, wife. And finally, terms that refer to men or women, or males or females. That could be child or children, cousin, parents, relative, sibling, or spouse. All right, so let's move on. Maybe some of you have watched the animated program The Simpsons. It's a very popular TV show in the US. It's been running for many years. Hopefully you might know some of the characters from this TV show. But even if you don't, you can take a look at this family tree, and hopefully you can write a family tree that's similar to this later. So take a moment, study the family tree, see if you can answer the 5 questions on the left. If you want to pause the video, feel free to do so now. All right, well, let's review your answers. Number 1, who is Marge's mother? If we look down in the center, we got Marge. We have to go up. That would be Jackie is Marge's mother. Number 2, who is Maggie's uncle? So we have Maggie at the bottom. And the uncle, that would be Herb. Herb is Maggie's uncle. Number 3, who are Lisa's aunts? We have Lisa down here. That would be her mother's sisters. Patty and Selma are Lisa's aunts. And number 4, who is Clancy's grandson? We find Clancy here. Grandson must be Bart. Bart is Clancy's grandson. And number 5, who is Patty's nephew? We have Patty here. The nephew must be male, so Bart is also Patty's nephew. Let's take a look at some more relationships. Let's take a look at the nuclear family of the Simpsons. And you can pause the video, take a moment to try to answer these 4 questions. All right, you might have a couple different answers for some of these, but for number 6, who is Homer? He is the father of the family, or you could say he is Marge's husband. Who's Marge? She is the mother, or Homer's wife. And number 8, what are Lisa and Maggie? We could say they are sisters, or Homer and Marge's daughters. And who is Bart? He is Homer and Marge's son, or Lisa and Maggie's brother. All right, now for our next task, we'll be looking at titles, and we'll review some rules for using good titles for your paragraphs. Many paragraphs have a title. Not all paragraphs, but many do. The title of a paragraph tells the main idea, or in some cases, several ideas in a few words. And here are some things to remember when you write titles, basic rules. First, titles are not complete sentences. Always capitalize the first and last words of a title. And capitalize all other important words, including nouns, verbs, and adjectives. Do not capitalize articles and or the unless they're the first word in the sentence. Or prepositions such as to, from, at, with, or in case you can capitalize them if they are at the beginning of the title. Right, so let's look at a few more facts about titles. Do not use a period at the end of a title. Remember, a title is not a complete sentence, so you don't need a period. Do not use quotation marks around the title, but you may use a question mark or an exclamation mark in some cases. And finally, center the title over the paragraph. It should be right in the middle above your paragraph. And skip one line between the title and the beginning of the paragraph. You want to have a little bit of space between the title and the body of your paragraph. Let's do some practice with capitalizing titles for this next task. The instructions are: correct the titles by capitalizing the right letters. You can write these down. If you want to pause the video and capitalize these to make them appropriate titles. Okay, let's look at your answers. Number 1, my favorite uncle, just capitalize my. It's the first word, and it's an adjective, possessive adjective. Favorite, capitalize the F, and uncle, it's a noun, so capitalize that as well. Our new baby, definitely you want to capitalize our, and then new, because it's an adjective, and baby, as it's a noun. Number 3, spending free time with my family. You want to capitalize the S, and the F, the T, and the M, and the F. Now, with is a preposition, so we don't need to capitalize that. Or my family tree. can capitalize M in my, F in family, and T in tree. Let's do a little bit more practice. And here we have 4 more. Please take a moment to write down the correct capitalization for these titles. You can pause the video if you like. Okay, let's review your answers. My new baby, capitalize the first letter of all of those words in the title. Number 6, my extended family. I want to do the same thing, capitalize the first letter of all those words in the title. Number 7, my best family experience. This one might be a little tricky. Capitalize M in my, but only capitalize B in best. Don't capitalize all the letters in that word. And of course, capitalize F in family and E in experience. Or number 8, a day with my family. A is an article. Usually don't capitalize it because it is the first word. You shall capitalize it. So a day with my family, capitalize A, capitalize D, capitalize M and F. And notice we only capitalize the first letter, not all of the letters in the words in the title. Now let's move on to another task. Let's practice some general capitalization. We've practiced capitalization in previous lessons, so let's review. For this next task, please capitalize all the letters that need to be capitalized in the following paragraph. I would strongly recommend that you pause the video and copy down this paragraph and make corrections and capitalize the words or letters that need to be capitalized. Here we have the title, and here's the paragraph. And you can pause the video and we'll take a look at your answers in just a moment. Okay, let's take a look at the answers for that. With our title, we're going to capitalize the M in my, the F in family, and of course we capitalize the first letter of each word that starts a sentence. Capitalize the names, for example, capitalize H in Hiroshi, S in Setsu. We also capitalize, let's see here, the F in Fukuoka because it's a proper noun, it's a city. And we capitalize the K in Kyoto as well, and the N in Nara. And finally, don't forget, capitalize the N in new and the Y in years. New Year's, always capitalize the first letter in those 2 words. All right, I think that's about it for today in this lesson. The homework for this lesson is please write about 5 to 7 of your family members in your journal. You can write about their name, their hobbies, their job, their personality, what they look like, anything else that you think is interesting or remarkable about them. And also, don't forget that each entry in your journal should be about a paragraph long or between 5 to 12 sentences. Well, thank you for watching. Feel free to leave comments in the comment section below, or if you have any questions, feel free to leave those below as well.